And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of The Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan. Once again, bringing you my thoughts and review for last night's episode of Batwoman, Season 1, Episode 11. And before I begin, moment of silence, people, because you should know by now that Kobe Bryant and his daughter and eight other people passed away yesterday. Very tragic. Very, very sad as well. I'm not a big basketball fan, but I do know what kind of influence he had in not only the basketball community, but just in the community itself and how a lot of people treasured him. He's going to be sadly missed. And for his 13-year-old daughter, who was just starting her life, also very tragic. And also those also people who also passed away, very, very sad. And I feel for the people, I feel for their families as well, and all the Laker family and everybody who's a sports fan. Whoever loved basketball, they know what kind of influence this guy put on people who love that game's life. So he's gonna be missed. So rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Okay, so now let's talk about Batwoman. Batwoman was very interesting yesterday's episode because when it left off, we all know what happened with the whole multiverse stuff, and we all know about all our guys, all our favorite characters are all on one Earth now. We all knew there were going to be some changes that was going to happen. Some stuff that was going to be very different, but also feel very weird. So now that we know that Alice, she's completely nuts. Batwoman has decided, I'm done with you. I can't consider you as my sister. There's no turning you back into being plain old Beth or Elizabeth. That's a much easier way to say it. And then something happens where Beth shows up. We didn't know what it was. We thought it was little mouse guy pretending to be her, or somebody else, or some kind of version of like Clayface or whatever it was. But then we find out it was another Earth's version of Beth. Now, normally I would have been like, really? You're gonna go back to this again? Look, as much as I know, I loved the fact that Earth Prime is now the one Earth now, and you figure they would have wiped out all the other Earths by remaking new Earths. So why we gotta have people coming into our guys' Earth and have doppelgangers? I thought we were gonna be past doppelgangers and stuff like that. I thought it was gonna be done, because I'm kind of at that point, like, okay, it's done over. We don't need it anymore. But in this case, I actually thought it was actually pretty interesting because now we have another Alice in a sense, another version of her. And plus now we get to see what Kate can do with having her sister. How will she act as Batwoman? How will she focus on trying to capture this version of her version of Alice, knowing that she could have a relationship with her doppelganger sister. Because her Earth 2 or whatever Earth she's from has no family. That family of hers is gone. She finds out that in that Earth, Kate saved her. So now she has a second chance to have a sister again. But what is she going to do with the other, Alice, her actual twin sister, her blood? So, it's very interesting seeing that in this, and I thought that was actually pretty interesting. And let's face it, the actress who plays Alice is actually really good in this character, and her playing both roles now is going to be very interesting, seeing how she can handle both characters and actually and play, be two different characters but also being one character. It's gonna be very confusing, but it's very also interesting. I thought it was very, very cool. But yeah, but the episode itself was okay. Mouse pretty much took over the basic operations of being the bad guy while Alice was in jail, and of course Kate dealing with the fact that her sister from another Earth is in town, and now she has to deal with that while trying to get rid of Alice, and also try to clear her father's name. And also we got to see some backstory about how Alice was a kid. She found out that her father had remarried and pretty much forgotten about her and abandoned her, and that's how we saw her snap. That was pretty interesting stuff. So, the episode was pretty interesting. I did enjoy it for what it was. But seeing the doppelganger come into this, normally I would have been like, okay, I'm kind of getting done with this whole doppelganger stuff in any show. Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, whatever. And don't get me started with Supergirl. I'm about to talk about that next. Anyway, it's just, I guess if this version of a different, take on the Alice character as a good person and, you know, mirror opposite. This episode actually worked for me. It maybe, you know, maybe it didn't work for you. Maybe you thought it was the greatest episode of all of them. But for me, this one worked, and I enjoyed it. So I want you to leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode, and stay tuned for more. Thank you very much, and have a good day.